What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone for um, unbelievable game, man. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable from start to finish. This is this is probably the club everybody was looking for. The club we didn't have for I don't know 4 years or now. A club that is not scared to play games no matter what. Injuries, a man, going down a man with injuries, with 2-1 as well, going a goal down, and still coming back to win that game despite everything that happened throughout those 90 minutes. And we're going to talk about it. I'm sorry for my voice because it's actually gone. But this is unbelievable. This feels so good. It's undescribable because we came from very tough 4 years, and to be here and win a game with 10 men and actually going down, like being down a goal and a man and a player, and still winning, and still going for it, and still pressing the team, and actually not sitting back to defend, and actually end up losing that game anyway, because we've seen it before. We lose games when we sit back. It's just unbelievable, man. This feels just amazing. It's just amazing, and I think everybody needed this. We as fans, 100%, but especially the players needed this because this is an insane boost. It should be an insane boost, a confidence boost you will never ever get this season. Not to this extent. This is an insane confidence boost for these players. But let's talk about it. Before we do that, smash the like button. Let's get to at least let's break a record as well. Let's get to at least 250 likes. Should be peanuts now. Just hit the like button now, and let's talk about what has been an insane night. Okay, so 2-3, 3-2, beating Leipzig away from home. 6 out of 6 in the Champions League, and the evening started off horrible with the injury of Bremer. Obviously Gonzalez, but with Gonzalez it just looks a muscle injury. With Bremer, I don't know. Like everybody's thinking worst case scenario, and if it's worst case scenario, it's an insane loss for us. A loss we cannot make up for. And we'll talk about Kalulu and Gatti in a second, but he is one of our best players, and if he's out for the season, we have a massive issue. Like that's just the reality of it. We have a big issue, and like let's just pray it's nothing. Let's just pray it's not the worst case scenario, and it's only 2 months, which is still long, but it's 2 months. But yeah, like it started off so bad, so prayers for Bremer. Hopefully he recovers and it's not that bad, even though the first indications they don't look good. That's just the reality of it, but let's hope. And then Gonzalez goes down, and it's like, what the hell is this, And I think the first half was probably one of our best halves in terms of keeping the ball and playing out from the back, and the only issue is we didn't really create anything. It looked better, however, but still there was nothing really tangible, and we were close to going up, and then on the flip side, like 10 seconds later, the ball hits the back of the net for that Leipzig goal, which is an insane finish, but a poor defensive display from Cambiasso. My opinion, should be getting much, much closer to Sesko to make life hard for him, but not sure what the issue was there. The finish and the assist, nothing to talk about, but it was like, it's a bummer because it's like, okay, we didn't create anything, but we were in total control, and Leipzig had actually nothing. The energy Leipzig usually has in games, that was just completely gone, and I was like, oof, we need to step up. I thought Koopmeiners was playing awful in that first half. McKennie was playing way too simple. Yildiz was not getting involved. I thought Conceição was a bit frustrating in that first half. And that was all moving forward, because we kept the ball well, but it was the final decision making, it was just poor, and it was like, okay, go into that second half and actually think about it, and we can talk about that pen on Vlahovic. That's 100% a pen, because if that happens in midfield, that gets called every single time. No pen, and I was like, okay, I do not want to make it about the ref. Just keep on moving, and we go again. And we come out in that second half, and we go for it. We actually go for it, and we should be 1-1 with Koopmeiners. You shouldn't be missing that. I'm sorry. I like you, but with your qualities, you should be putting that away. It's just too much whip on it. But it's like, okay, it's a good start. We go again, and then it's Vlahovic. He pops up, just a brilliant goal, like a real number 9 goal. Pops up 1-1, and I think everybody was like, okay, this is it. We are on top now, and we're just gonna win that game. That's how I was feeling, looking at it. It was a bit too open. Just before that red card, I said, just calm down, and then that happens. Which did it hit Di Gregorio's hand? Yes, but I don't understand the rules because it hit his knees first. So I do not understand the rules anymore. Usually, if it hits another body part first and then hits the arm, it's done. In this case, it's not, so I have no idea what the rules are. I cannot explain that. What are the rules right now? So it's a red, and it's an issue for us. And at the time, I was like, okay, 10 men, it's still cool. And then Douglas Luiz comes on, makes that handball. By the way, Douglas Luiz had a horror game, like absolute horror game. I don't know what it is, but he needs something confidence. Like he's actually scared to do something, and that's causing him making so many mistakes. He's making so many mistakes without pressure, just because there was no confidence in that player. That is starting to worry me right now. But you go down 2-1, and I was like, oof. And then it really started for us. Then it was, if this was last season, we would have made defensive stops when Di Gregorio went off. We went for it. We pressed Leipzig. We kept the ball well, and that's how that goal came from Vlahovic. We pressed the hell out of it. First, McKennie wins that ball back. No, there's a third goal. But the first goal, we win that ball back high, and Vlahovic with an insane finish. And we talked about Vlahovic, and I said it many times, he's not playing well, but the disrespect people have for Vlahovic actually say, and not just say, believe and utter the ridiculous words to say that Milik is a better player, and we're just hoping for Milik to get back so Vlahovic can be benched, was absolutely blasphemy. It was embarrassing. I'm sorry that people actually believe that Milik was the answer to Vlahovic. And if Vlahovic is playing poorly, I admit it. I said he's not playing well, but Milik is not the answer. Do not ever tell me that, because if that's the case, then we are effed. And that goal was ridiculous. That's what he does. And yes, he has poor games. I acknowledge that, but those two finishes were ridiculous. And it's 2-2. And if that was last season, we were like, okay, a point, 10 man, close up shop. We didn't do that. We kept pressing, we kept playing, and yes, we gave chances away. That's normal, because you're going to give that away if you play with 10 men. You will have that one off game where you just close up shop with 10 men and you see out the game. But most likely than not, you are going to concede goals. It's just like, it's 8 out of 10 games, you're going to concede goals. You're not going to concede goals. And we went for it. And that Conceição goal was ridiculous. First, McKennie winning that ball back. Conceição with the finish. And you can see from that celebration what that means to that team. Because they knew this game was ridiculous. From the injuries to the refereeing, with Koopmeiners going one-on-one with the goalkeeper, gets called back for doing absolutely nothing just because a Leipzig player trips over his own feet. You knew what that meant for these players. And that was, this is a team that I actually can back, that I actually can love. I can actually look at it and I'm like, I like you guys. Last couple of seasons, I didn't like these players. I didn't like the team. It was flat. Nobody was really fighting for it. It was like, what the hell is this? What in God's green earth am I watching here? Right now, I was sitting there and I was like, unbelievable. We're actually going for it. 3-2 up, and we're still pressing to keep Leipzig at bay. This is a new way. This is unbelievable. And for me, I can finally say I have my club back. No matter how this goes, it's clear that we want to go into one direction, and we will have off games where it will not work. But at least right now, we have an identity. And the identity, even if it's not perfect yet, it's to play football. It's to take the game to the other teams. That's who we want to be. Control. But when we need to, we step it up and we try to put teams under the rest. This is it. This is unbelievable. And I just, this feels fantastic. This really feels fantastic. It's just amazing. Just an amazing feeling. And we all needed it. I needed this. And actually, my voice is kind of gone. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Excuse me, because I think my voice will end in a couple of minutes. So hit the like button. Like I said, 250 likes. Let me know what you think about the game. Subscribe to the channel. And I will speak to you guys tomorrow when my voice is back. Ciao.